Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do, it is going to be a new trying new makeup video. I have some pretty exciting releases to test out in this video today. We have the new Huda Beauty Empowered eyeshadow palette, the new foundation and powder duos from Patrick Ta, some new releases from Tower 28 Beauty, Nars. So we have a lot to get through today. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome. So if you're new to my channel, I always start with an outfit of the day. Typically in my get ready with me videos, I'm very chill. I just have on some slides from Amazon, my Target like sweat short material things going on, and then my t-shirt is just from Amazon. I am just back from running my errands and I was like, let's sit down and try some new makeup. I was on vacation recently in Seattle and a bunch of these packages came while I was away and I was like, I need to get these on my face and test them out. If you are new here, I would love if you would subscribe and stick around. I post a lot of content. I post every single day on YouTube, both long form and short form. I do about 4 to 5 long form videos a week, and I love to chat over new makeup releases. I am a mostly beauty focused channel, but I also like to chat about books, fashion, around the home. I do some vlogs, and on the day that I don't post a long form, I do post a handful of short form videos, sometimes like a Trader Joe's haul, like little 1-minute book reviews, that sort of thing. So there's always a lot of content you can get from me over here. But let's go ahead and zoom in, put my hair back, and get started. I am gonna start off with a new primer. I got this one from Glowish. This is the Huda Beauty skincare line. So when they sent over the Empowered palette, they also sent the Blur Jam, the silicone-free smoothing primer. This one is $33. It says it's instantly smoothing, mattifying, and breathable primer, jam-packed with skin-loving ingredients for all-day hydration and 12-hour pore blurring power. So it does come with a little scoop here, and I'm excited to try this out because I definitely deal with pores because I have skin. I'm excited to test this out. Okay, all right, so it looks thick. First impressions, she thick. So I'm just gonna scoop from the cap that was on here because we don't like to waste any product. So it actually feels a lot more lightweight than I was expecting because it looks so thick in the jar. I was kind of expecting it to be not necessarily heavier, but you know, like we've tried the primers that are the thicker consistency, almost like putty. Like I'm thinking like the putty primer from e.l.f. There we go, Samantha. But it actually feels more like almost like liquidy. So that's interesting. All right, so here is what my skin is looking like with the primer on. I don't know right off the bat if I would say I think it's like the most pore blurring primer I've ever tried, but we'll see how it lasts with makeup. I always come back to review any of the new products that I am testing out. So I'll give it a few more tries, of course, but I was definitely curious to try it and just, yeah, like see, with the consistency, I would have just thought that it would have been a lot thicker. It does say to keep this on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that back on and we'll keep trying it out. Once I've let the primer sit for a little bit, I'm gonna move over to foundation, and I'm pretty curious to try these out. So these are the new releases from Patrick Ta. I did also receive these in PR, which I was really excited for because I was planning to buy them myself, and they do retail for $52. So this is the cream foundation and finishing powder duo. So they sent me a couple of different shades. I'm slightly worried about the shade matching, but we will see what we can do. So you have the cream powder here and then the finishing powder here. This one is light medium 1. I'm just afraid that one is gonna be a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna try light 3. So really beautiful packaging, of course. You do have the plastic that covers the cream here. And then they did also send along the brush that you are supposed to use with this. So this is the side that you use for foundation. This is the side that you use for powder. This says, this duo includes a buildable, breathable cream formula that melts into and moves with the skin. It also includes an air spun setting powder that blurs the appearance of pores to create a flawless looking skin-like finish. We're gonna try it out and we are gonna see what we think. So I do have more dry skin. I'm also 35, so not the most mature skin, not the most youthful skin. I do have pretty sensitive skin. I can still sometimes struggle with some hormonal acne. Definitely not as bad as what I used to struggle with, but that's a little bit about my skin type. So I am going to take this and just kind of dip my brush along in here. All right, so then I'm just gonna go ahead and start to sweep onto the skin. I usually like to apply foundations with a sponge, which I thought about today, but since they sent the brush and this is how I've seen them doing this in like the Patrick Top Beauty videos, this is what I wanted to do. I feel like the shade match right away is looking pretty darn good. So I have to say that first thoughts, just doing this side of my face, that's really beautiful. Okay, I feel like it's so lightweight, like I barely feel like I'm applying anything, but I feel like my skin is still getting smoothed out. I'm gonna do one side of my face and then we'll compare it to the other. I also have to say, since I have been on vacation, I have not seen any reviews on this. I'm so behind watching YouTube videos right now. I've been gone and then trying to play catch up once I got back. So I don't know, like everybody could be hating this and I'm like, wow, this looks really good. I feel like I'm always an outlier, but I have to say right now, like I'm not mad. I'm someone who likes more of a light medium coverage, medium. I'm not like a full coverage kind of girl. And I don't think you're gonna get full coverage from this. So if that is what you prefer, it's probably not gonna happen. I have to say too, I thought the shades were looking a little dark, especially for being in like the light category. I was like, oh, I'm not sure. But this one, I might actually even be able to do the light medium one. I might be able to get away with that one. Okay, so this side of my face has the foundation on. This side does not. I feel like you can wow. I think that looks really, really good. It feels good. Obviously, this is first impression. We'll have to see how it wears. I'm filming this on a Thursday and I'm filming fairly early. I usually don't film until the afternoons, but I have some plans today. So I am filming around like 11:30. So I'll have this on for a decent amount of time today, but I'm pretty impressed off first impressions. Have you tried this one yet? Because I'm kind of digging on it. All right, so that was very successful, but we are going to try the powder from here. I do want to add my concealer just real quickly because that's what I normally do, concealer, and then I do powder. I'm going to use from Milk Makeup their Future Fluid Concealer. I used this in my last, like, trying new makeup, not the Allure bestsellers, but the one before that. And I've been using it a little bit here and there. I didn't bring it on vacation with me because I didn't absolutely love it right away, and then we will see how the Patrick Top powder is. So I didn't set my concealer, I just have it blended out because I've mostly been seeing people use the powder on face, so that's what I'm gonna do first. But like looking at this, I felt like the foundations looked too dark for me, and then I felt like the powders looked too light, like they weren't like matching the best, but I feel like that foundation worked really well, so we'll just go ahead and see. So I'm just gonna start to sweep that onto my skin, and like the videos that I've seen is just very kind of lightly dusting around like so. I mean, they were also very aesthetically pleasing videos. I want to be into that aesthetically pleasing video, but I just like I don't have the vision for it. I talk about how I have a hard time like visualizing. That's why I like to just sit down and chat. I have to say, I'm really enjoying how this looks right now. I feel like there's good coverage without being too heavy. I am gonna use the powder on my under eyes because I feel like the shade match is pretty decent, and I like how lightweight this powder is too. So I'm just gonna go ahead, set that Milk Makeup concealer. My first impressions though on this is really high. I'm excited to see how it wears today. I just think it was really easy to use. I was a little bit intimidated by it because, you know, I'm just used to doing a foundation and then a concealer and then a powder, and then to have it in the duo form, I was like, will I be able to figure it out, or will I somehow screw this up? But I feel like that looks really good. Even when I did the foundation, I didn't feel like I needed to put concealer anywhere else. Like I still have some red marks from acne or some active breakouts, and usually after a lot of foundations, I'll put concealer on my under eyes and then I'll come back and put it anywhere that I feel like I need to spot conceal, but I didn't think that I needed to do that. I think the powder is also looking nice on the under eyes. Again, I'm just not so sure about that Milk Makeup concealer, but we'll keep trying it. First thoughts, I'm pretty impressed though. I have to say, pretty impressed with the Patrick Top. I would love to know if you've tried it. Really looking forward to testing this out more. I'm just gonna do my brows quickly off camera. I'm gonna use the Lawless Brow Pencil. Again, I used this in my last Get Ready With Me. I've done some up close because I've tried like the Benefit Brow Pencil, the Lawless. Last week I used the Lawless Brow Gel, so I've been doing some close-up brows in the last few of my videos. So I'm just gonna add brows and we'll come back, and this is off to off to a high note. I'm very excited. Hopefully I did not just jinx myself. All right, brows are done. I'm gonna stick with the face for a little bit. So Nars recently sent over their bronzing creams, their cream bronzers, and I have been really wanting to test these out, but for a while there were so many brand new bronzers that were coming, and I was trying to test those first because this isn't a brand new release. I just happened to just get them in PR. I think maybe they released new shades. So I'm excited to try these out today because I love a good bronzer, a good cream bronzer. So we have Laguna 02, it says original. And then we also have Laguna 01. So this one is definitely a much lighter shade. I don't think that this one, it's a little bit more cool tone. Maybe it would make for a good bronzer, but we're gonna go with Laguna 02 for today's bronzer moment. Nars also sent over a brush with the package. Love when that happens. I was gonna say less brushes for me to clean. It's actually more brushes for me to clean, but I don't have to do it like right now. You know what I'm saying? So I am going to use this. This is just their cream bronzer brush is what the packaging says. So very nice, very nice. A little bit like so. It definitely has a scent to it. It's not too bad though. And then I am going to okay, so let's hope this blends out well. That picked up more than I was thinking it was going to. So I'm just going to blend this out and we're gonna hope for the best. My aunt is still in town visiting. She was watching my dog while I was on my vacation, and so I'm having lunch with her after I get done filming this, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna show up. She's gonna be like, really? You do makeup on the internet? That's interesting. No, I'm just kidding. My aunt is way too nice to say stuff like that. It does seem to be blending out really well though. Shade match looks nice. It doesn't seem like it's picking up anything like picking up the foundation or the powder or anything like that. It really is just kind of melting into my skin. Well, that's a relief. Thank you, Nars. Thank you. Thank you, Nars. If you are using this one, you really just have to tap like a tiny amount. You're gonna get a lot of product. I thought we were about to have a Nars liquid blush moment there. If you've been with me for a minute, you remember the liquid blush debacle. That's what I thought was happening. But like, that was so simple to blend out, so smooth. I wish I was trying this bronzer sooner. Have to say, I'm also really impressed with the bronzer. You saw when I first put it on, I was like, this could be a little bit tricky, but that blended out so smoothly. So I'm very excited to keep testing this one because I've heard good things about it. So I'm excited to try it. I don't have a new blush, so I'm just gonna do blush real quick, give my face a good spray, probably with some MAC Fix Plus, and then we'll jump into the Huda Beauty Empowered Eyeshadow Palette. Jumping into the eyes, the Huda Beauty Empowered Eyeshadow Palette. I mentioned in my latest Will I Buy It video, my new makeup releases series that I do, that I had gotten this one sent over in PR, which I was excited for because I don't usually get PR from Huda Beauty. So Wishful Skin I do, but not the Huda Beauty line. So I was really excited when I came home from vacation and opened this one up. And I have to say, so Bold Moves did come a little bit broken, so I'm trying to be careful when I hold it up. I tried to press it back in, but I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with this one. But this looks beautiful. This retails for $67 and it has 18 shades. Yes, 18 shades. And this is another one that I had mentioned that I was really considering buying myself. I really liked the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette. I liked the formula in there, and I really liked these tones as well. I most recently purchased the My Dream eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona, and I felt like I was really enjoying some of these deeper tones in here, so I was feeling similar to that with the Huda Beauty. I don't think these eyeshadow palettes are exact dupes, but I don't know if you would absolutely need both of them. I think the Natasha's now $69. They just had a price increase. The Huda Beauty $67. It's like, do you need both of them? So I'm thinking maybe should I do a beauty battle with the two palettes after I've tried them, given them a couple looks, and then I can say which one that I think would be more worth it. Usually I prefer the Natasha Denona formula a little bit more, but we don't know. I haven't tried the Huda Beauty yet. It's an underdog, but it could be the winner. I did also receive from Sigma Beauty, this is the Makeup Shayla eye brush set that came out. So there's 6 brushes in here. So I am going to use this set, like all these new brushes in this video. I'm like, yes, please. So it does come in this bag. We have the E60 large shader, E40 tapered blending, E25 blending, E30 pencil, E14 flat, and E09 angled. And I think those brushes are going to be perfect for the look that I have in mind today. This is available on the Sigma website. I am an affiliate with them, but I don't think you can use affiliate codes on the collaborations. But if there's anything else that you wanted to purchase, my code is Samantha with them. I feel like we're having an ASMR moment right now. And here's what the brushes look like. I really like the handles. And then we got these Sigma brushes, of course, always some of my favorites. And then I'm thinking with the eyeshadow palette, I'm really, like, I love mauve tones so much. The golds look beautiful, but I'm thinking more of some of these mauves and purpley shades is what I'm gonna go for. Like Big Dreams, Rebel, those caught my eyes right away, and then maybe Confident, and I'm thinking Visionary. That's what's in my mind right now, but we'll just jump in and see what we're thinking. So I'm gonna grab the E25, and I am first going to pick up, let's do Big Dreams first. For this one, I'm going to work that into my crease, tapping that also on the outer part of my eye, and just blending away. Then I'm gonna take the E40, the larger blending brush, and pick up Rebel, just a little bit of like that lighter pinky tone, and I'm going to blend that more above the crease. Just kind of blend those together. Both of those shadows were super smooth, very easy to blend. I love shadows that are more buildable and blendable versus being more of like a pressed pigment. So far so good. Next, I'm going to pick up the shade Visionary, which just looks so fun. I'm very curious how this will play out on the eyes. And I'm gonna use the flat shader, the E14 from the Shayla collection. I really like that color combination. Whoa, that's pretty. Okay, so this is more of like your bronzy tone, but it still has a little bit, because it's kind of that mix of color. I don't know what she calls those, but with that like little mix of purple in there. Oh, that's so pretty. I feel like it's matching the brushes too. Wow, Samantha, you are really on your game today. Thank you. Sometimes that's how it feels to be a YouTuber. You just talk to yourself all day. Sometimes when I edit, I've noticed this for years, especially when I was doing Instagram videos, where I would sit down on my regular camera and film a video, and then I would piece it all together to make like a shorter Instagram video. I put it into my editing software and I immediately mute it, because you add music on top. And there was so many times I'd be going through editing and you see me talking and I'm like, who am I talking to? I'm by myself. And sometimes I would unmute it to figure out what it was I was saying. And it's funny because like I never realized that I'm doing it. And sometimes I'm not saying anything, like I'm just like mumbling to myself, like, and then I'm gonna grab this brush and then I'm gonna go over here and then, okay, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm not making any sense. I'm not it just, once I realized that, I was like, oh, I know I talk to my dog, but I also talk to myself quite a bit. So there's that. It's so funny because I meet people and I'm pretty introverted. I'm a little bit more on the shy side. I'm quiet until you like get to know me, and then I can talk your ear off, kind of like these YouTube videos. But in person, I feel nervous, and I have social anxiety, and I don't do the best, especially in like larger settings. People will say to me like, oh, it's surprising what you do for a career if you're so introverted. And I'm like, why? I sit at home and I talk to myself. Like, what you mean? Like, I'm just by myself with my dog talking away. So it's, to me, this is like the perfect career for someone who's more introverted or shy, or just like, I don't have to give like group presentations in front of people anymore, you know, stuff like that would just make my palms sweat so badly. So man, I love what I do and I've been doing it for a long time, but that's definitely a very big perk for me, is getting to be by myself. It has its downfalls, of course, like you don't want to be alone all of the time, but like it has its upsides. Okay, I think this shimmer is absolutely beautiful. I'm loving how this look is coming together. Next, I'm gonna grab Confident, which is kind of the steeper purple. If you notice my hand's starting to shake, I really need to eat. Oh boy, I'll grab a banana before I actually eat lunch, because ooh, my hands are oh, and I'm gonna do liner. This is gonna be good. So I'm gonna grab the liner brush in the collection. I've been doing small wing liner in almost all of my looks recently. I use eyeliner, I've done that in a few past videos, but sometimes I use like a darker shadow as well, and it's just, that's my current thing that I'm on right now. I was gonna say trend, it's eyeliner. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that Confident. And then I've just been creating pretty small wings out here. And just kind of casually whoop in the out. Not too much though. Like I'm not trying to have it be a really thick wing liner or even a really dark wing liner. Just like a little something something. I haven't been bringing it all the way in on my eye. I feel like that worked out so beautifully, and using it with the shadow makes it really easy if you need to like clean anything up. It's super simple, which I definitely enjoy. I'm gonna pop on the Glossier black eyeliner. I've been loving these. I'm gonna add this to my waterline, also tight line, and then we'll finish off the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use the E30, and I'm first gonna grab a little bit of the Confident shade, and I'm gonna add this pretty close to the lower lash line. And I'm just gonna use the same brush, and I'm trying to decide between Big Dreams and Rebel. I think I'm just gonna use Rebel and blend those together. So I'm placing this one a little bit lower and then blending it out to give that more smoky effect, and that was the right choice. Wow. Going so well. Once again, first impression, have to say I'm really impressed with this palette. It was really simple to use. I really enjoyed the look that I created, and just like with the My Dream palette, there's a lot of looks that I want to create in here. I definitely want to play with more of the shimmers. I really like some of these gold tones. I love the section over here. I just feel like there's a lot that I can do with this palette without it being too big and too overwhelming. We have the 15 shades in the My Dream, 18 in the Huda Beauty, really similar in price point, but both of them I feel confident that I can create some fun looks with. Again, getting into the more fall makeup, I like the darker tones of both of those palettes, but if you want to see a beauty battle, definitely let me know. I've done 2 or 3 looks now with the Natasha Denona, so I want to do a couple more with the Huda Beauty, and I can let you know which one I prefer. But that's it for the eyeshadow. So we do have a new mascara to try out. This is from Tower 28. This is their Make Waves mascara. I've had a lot of you tell me that you want me to test this out, so I was like, okay, I got this in PR as well, so let's try it. Ooh, here is what the wand looks like. This mascara does retail for $20. It's a vegan mascara to visibly lengthen, define, and hold a curl for amped up, natural looking lashes. So I'm first going to apply to the lower lashes. Okay, my lower lashes look really pretty. Off the bat, it feels a little bit more of a dry formula, but let's keep going here. Coming in with a second coat. I feel like it's easy to kind of like almost like comb through the lashes and brush them up. Okay, the first coat I wasn't feeling super impressed. The second, I can definitely tell it really is gonna be a nice curling mascara. I'm gonna go in with a third coat just because I also have really light lashes. So I just wanna see if I can build up just a little bit more, but it's definitely doing a lot for lengthening and curling. Okay, that's really pretty. So we have 3 coats on this eye, none on this eye. So give you an up close. I definitely can see what they mean by saying it's supposed to give a more like natural looking feel, because they definitely look longer and more curl. And I don't curl my lashes, so I don't know, keep that in mind. You do have to build up a little bit, but then the final effect is really pretty without it being too much if you're just going for, again, that more like natural lash look. The curl I think is like really helping to make my eyes look a little bit more open. Wow. That's pretty. Okay, so we have 3 coats of mascara on each. I definitely think that's pretty. I want to see how it wears throughout the day. Is it going to transfer onto my face? You know, all of that. But it definitely gives a nice curl. It makes them look a little bit more like on the fluffy side too. Like it looks like I have more lashes than what I started out with. But again, it's also more on that natural side. So far so good. I don't know if this will end up being like an absolute favorite, because I usually like a little bit more like because I don't have a lot of lashes, but first thoughts, I'm actually really liking the mascara too. So we're just gonna finish it off with the lips. This has been so successful, and I have some more Tower 28 because they sent over their lip liners. I did a little PR haul on my Instagram stories, and at the end I always say, what do you wanna see the most of? Because it helps me out so much, and so many people actually said the Tower 28 liner, so I was like, all right, we gotta jump into this. So I have some liners and a gloss from them as well. So this is their new multi-liner. This is exclusive to the Tower 28 website, so I do always link everything that I am using down below, and I am going to use the shade Work of Art. So this is a wooden pencil liner, but I think more of this, it's a little bit more like, I was gonna say pink nude, then I was gonna say brown nude. It's just a nice nude. It's a very Samantha shade, and I thought it would go well with the eye look. So let's apply this. Okay, that is nice. Very creamy, very smooth to apply. Sometimes wooden pencils can be not super creamy, but I feel like this one was. It was super easy to just slide onto the lips, and I really do like that color. And then I have a few different shades of the gloss they sent over. Now, when I first tried the gloss like years ago, I didn't necessarily love it, but I also wasn't really a big gloss girl, and now I definitely am, and I know so many people love and recommend these. So we have Almond, which is a little bit more on the brown side, and then Cashew, which is, I don't know, a little more pinky nude, I would say. I think this one is gonna, why did I do that? What does that mean? I think this one might match a little bit better, but I like the shades of them both. So I'm gonna try Cashew. That's beautiful. I think it really goes with the eye look very well. It feels very smooth. Doesn't feel sticky at all. That's a nice gloss. All right, I just, you know, first time like testing it out again after many years. I think that looks really pretty. I like how kind of like juicy it makes the lips look. But after that, that's gonna do it for today's video and testing everything out. I think that this one was really successful. I feel really positive right now. I also feel really hungry, but mostly just positive. The Patrick Ta really surprised me how much I enjoyed that. Definitely very curious to see how it wears throughout the day. The Huda Beauty primer was nice. Definitely want to test that one out some more. But the eyeshadow palette I think is gorgeous. I'm really excited to do some more looks with this. If there's other shades that you really want to see me use or color combinations, please do let me know in the comments. But quality wise, I feel like everything worked really well. That Nars bronzer I thought looked beautiful. The Tower 28 mascara, like I think my lashes look so pretty. I think I'm just more used to doing like more vavoom, but this actually looks so nice with that little bit of the curl in there. And again, that's without me curling my lashes. So hoping that actually stays on my lashes, doesn't go on my face. The lip combo I think is beautiful. This one was another success. I'm so happy. I love when that happens. Let me know what you thought of the look and all the products that I've used. Is there anything from these new makeup releases that you are going to be testing out? I would love to know. And as always, if you enjoyed this one, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.